Hi everybody and welcome back to Music with Meg. I'm Meg and today I'm going to be showing you how to set up a brand new violin. Music with Meg. Now perhaps you've ordered a violin online and it's come without its bridge attached or without any strings or both. Or perhaps you've bought a violin but you want to replace the strings on it. This video is going to show you how to do all of that, and you can skip ahead to the parts that are going to be relevant for you. I have recently bought this violin from a charity shop, and I'm going to use it to demonstrate how to take the violin apart, how to remove the strings and the bridge, and then how to put them back together again. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do with this violin is replace the strings. Now, if you just want to replace the strings and you're not looking to replace the bridge, then you're going to want to remove the E string and the G string and replace those two strings first, and then remove the middle two strings and replace those. And the reason why we do this is because if we take all of the strings off at the same time, then the bridge will fall over. Whereas if we just replace two at a time, it will keep the tension which holds the bridge up. So now what we're going to do is take the E string. We're going to follow the string all the way up to find the corresponding peg, which is this bottom one here. And then if you twist the peg towards yourself, you should see the string coming loose. You're going to want to twist that and keep going until you can free the string from that end, and then you can free it from the bottom end as well. And then we're going to do the same thing to remove the G string. So follow the string up, find the peg, it's the bottom peg on the left hand side, twist it towards yourself, and you should be able to remove the string. Now, as you can see, my violin here has hooks at the bottom, so the string goes into the hooks, which are connected to the fine adjusters. Some violins don't have fine adjusters, and in those cases, the string will go directly into the tailpiece, but it is exactly the same process. Now, if you're just replacing the strings and you don't need to replace the bridge, then you can skip ahead in this video to the part where I'm going to show you how to replace the strings. If you want to replace the strings and the bridge, then keep watching and I'll talk you through the next steps. I'm now going to dismantle this violin, give it a good clean, and then show you how to start from scratch. Now, before we start, it's important to remember that the thing that holds lots of these parts of the violin, the tailpiece, the bridge, in position, is the tension of the strings. So it's really important that we make sure we get the right tension to keep all the parts of the violin in place. If you look up close at this peg here, you can see there's a small hole which goes all the way around from one side to the other, and that's where the top end of the string is going to go through. However, the peg needs to be inside the scroll of the violin in order to thread the string. So we're going to take our G string first, and you should be able to identify that because it will be written on the packaging. And you can see that our G string has two ends to it. We have got this end with the stripy material and the ball on the end, and that goes into the hooks at the bottom or the tailpiece of the violin. And then on the other end, you can see it's wrapped with a single coloured thread. Doesn't matter what colour this is the side that's going to go into the peg. So the first thing you need to do is identify which peg you need. For the G string, it is this first peg on the left hand side, and you're going to manoeuvre it so that you can get the string into the hole, and then once the string is through the hole, then you can twist the peg away from yourself. It's very important that you're twisting this in the correct direction so you don't get into trouble later. Now, you want to make sure that you're twisting the peg with one hand and you're holding the string with the other hand. It might be easier to rest the violin on the table to do this. Once you've twisted that peg so that there's no more colourful string remaining, you should be able to start to fit the ball end of the string into the hook at the tailpiece. In order to maintain that tension, you're going to want to make sure that you're holding the string at all times while you twist it, and keep making those tiny little adjustments to make sure that the tailpiece stays in line and that the string stays nice and tense. Once you've finished with the G string, you can now fit the E string. So the E string peg is exactly opposite the G string, and we're going to fit this string in exactly the same way, which means we're going to identify the hole, thread the top of the string through, twist the peg away from ourselves, and then when we're ready, we can pop the ball end of the string into the hook at the tailpiece. Okay, so now we've fitted our G and E strings. They shouldn't be super tight and they should have a little bit of space underneath them like this. Now it's time for us to fit our bridge. So if you look at the bridge, you should see that there is one side that is sloped slightly higher than the other side, and that is the side that's going to go underneath our G string. Now your bridge wants to sit evenly between the two F holes. Your bridge wants to be in line with the two little lines in the middle of the F holes. And we need to make sure that the bridge is straight between the fingerboard and the tailpiece. And the side with the writing on it is the side that's going to face the tailpiece. If you turn your bridge flat with the letters facing upwards, slide it underneath the strings, and you should see that there are some lines, some grooves in the top of the bridge to help your strings sit. So once it's under there, you're going to gently tilt it upwards, and you should have enough space here that you can move it around quite freely. You can always loosen the strings if they're a little tight. You might have on your E string a little plastic part here which goes over the bridge to make sure that the string doesn't cut into the grooves too much. So make sure that that is sitting on top of the wooden bridge, and to keep adjusting the bridge to make sure that it's nice and central. What we're looking for here is to make sure that the feet of the bridge are really flush against the body of the violin. You don't want the bridge to be tilting towards the fingerboard or towards the tailpiece. It needs to be stood nice and straight. So if you can see any gaps underneath the feet, then you know you need to make some adjustments. Once you're happy with the placement of your bridge, you can go ahead and tighten up these strings a little bit to help the bridge stay in place. You may need to keep one hand on the bridge while you do this to make sure it's not wobbling about. Now we're going to put the A string and the D string on the violin. So the A string is in this top right hand peg. You're going to slot the string through the hole, twist the peg away from yourself, and fit it in the same way as you fit the other strings. This time you're going to be fitting the string over the bridge, so just make sure that the string is sitting securely in that groove. If you find that your pegs are slipping a little bit while you do this, then apply a little bit of pressure towards the scroll as you twist away from yourself, and that should help the pegs to stick. And now we're going to do the same for the D string. So the D string is the top left peg, and again you're going to slot the end through the hole and twist the peg away from yourself to fit the string. Once you're finished, your peg box should look like this. Make sure that the E and G strings are slightly underneath the other strings and the D and A strings are going over the top. Now all that's left to do is tune the strings of your violin. A really good tip when you're tuning brand new strings is to press your thumb against the string at the top while you twist the peg, as this will help to ease some of the tension that is going to be happening to the string. You can also twist the peg slightly towards yourself before you twist it away when you're tightening the strings, and this can help to reduce the risk of snapping the strings. As I mentioned before, while you're tuning your strings, you may want to push the peg towards the scroll further into the peg box, especially if your pegs are a little bit slippery, as this will help the string to keep its tuning. In the first few days of your new strings, they will probably slip in and out of tune quite a lot. So make sure that every time you pick your violin up, you're giving it a retune so that those strings and those pegs can adjust to their new violin. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so you'll know when my next video comes. And if you want access to more Music with Meg content, including ad-free videos, learning resources, and violin tutorials, you can visit my Patreon at patreon.com/musicwithmeg. Have a lovely week, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye!